Good evening and welcome to TableRockSports.net. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore and Dan Hartwell coming to you live from Klamath Union High School. It is the historic Pelican Field. And Mark, what was we saw? 1931?
Yeah, something like that. So it's been here a while. Now, I don't think they had the AstroTurf in 1931, no.
I don't think they did.
I would highly doubt that, but it looks pretty good right now.
Well, and contrary to popular belief, I was not on the football team at that time either.
Me neither. But, and I did say AstroTurf, didn't I? I guess I should say field turf, right?
Yes.
To get my terminology correct. But anyway, it should be a ball game tonight with the first league game, as we mentioned earlier, if you caught us before we had to do a little technical adjustment there, between these two teams. KU dropping down from the 4A this cycle and playing in the 3A for football. So we'll see how this one goes. The Challengers, again, ranked number 1 in the state after really good start to the season with victories over Henley and Vale, Siuslaw, and just have looked very strong so far this season. And I really loved how they played Henley last week. I mean, that was a phenomenal game for the Challengers. Definitely a step up offensively, and they looked really sharp in that one.
Well, they looked really good in that, and, of course, that's what you want to do, step by step. Week by week, you want to be getting better. I would imagine you get more than a little concerned if you found yourself regressing a little bit or maybe playing down to the level of your competition, so to speak, that these are the games. And last week, taking on Henley, you're talking about one of the top 4A programs in the state. To have a game like they had there has to be a boost of confidence for this generally young Challenger team, and just should put them in good stead for the remainder of the season. But you got to play the games that put on your schedule, and so they're out here tonight taking on a Pelicans team that has a pretty fair amount of senior leadership on it, a team that likes to throw the football, according to Challengers defensive coordinator Mike Shawn. And for the Challengers, they have, it's kind of nice so far this year. They've seen a real mix of teams who like to run and who like to throw.
Yeah, and we're going to see two spread offenses, I think, is what we're going to see tonight. The Challengers, of course, as I mentioned, executing at a very high level against Henley on that spread offense, and I expect that to continue into tonight's game. And Klamath Union has having a few struggles so far this season. They're 1-3 coming into this one, but they're pretty. They've got some seniors, but they've also got some younger kids mixed in as well. And they're trying to do a little bit of a rebuilding job over here in Klamath Falls. Obviously, being a 4A school and playing in 3A, trying to get some of that confidence back and some buy-in to the football program, and hopefully get themselves back into 4A here in another few years.
And I've had the coin flip. It looks like it'll be the Pelicans in their home red uniforms that will receive and move from right to left. Challengers wearing their road whites with purple numerals, and you got the train passing by and just on the edge of town. It just kind of has that small town Friday night football type of feel, and you gotta love it. It's definitely getting to be fall in these parts. It's already getting a little cold right now, and the wind has been kicking up through the evening. Right now it's about 52 degrees, and we know that's going to drop probably about 7 more degrees before this night is through.
Well, and it's one of those places where as it cools off, the humidity goes up too, so it feels like it's about, the old feels like temperature is about 44, and it does feel a little cooler than we've been used to, certainly on the other side of the valley. The Challengers then hopefully warmed up and ready to go for this one, because you don't want to have any injuries for sure as they're starting their, we mentioned this is the first league game of the year, and obviously winning your league gets you that place in in the playoffs, and that's where the Challengers like to be every year.
All right, we're getting ready to tee this one up and get it underway. The return men for the Pelicans will be number 11, Tilden Kaufman, and number 8, Gavin Coe. Here comes Alex Fianaka, set to kick it away. The hay's in the barn. And true to Alex Fiannaca form, there will be no return.
Yeah, we've talked about it all year. Getting that ball into the end zone and making the other team start on their own 20, always an advantage in high school football.
Starting lineups for the Pelicans: Reese Johnson at quarterback, Griffin Johnson at running back, Tilden Kaufman, Nolan Baker, Gavin Coe, and Tuco Soliskin are the receivers. P.J. Safford, Devin Weiser, Mason Caro, Aiden Caldera, and Darius Thompson along the line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pelicans. They'll come out with trips to the left on the wide side of the field, with Johnson wearing number 18. And now it looks like maybe we got a little bit of Wildcat action going on here. Try to see if they can't use a little bit of razzle-dazzle here early on in the ball game. There with the carry, it'll be Kaufman. Kaufman takes it to the outside. He crosses the 30-yard line. And now let's go ahead and meet the Challenger defense. 3-4 alignment for John Getman and company. Alex Fiannaca, Blake Patero, and Nathan Kuhl up front. The linebackers: Michael Covey, Caleb Parker, Seth Scaglione, Wyatt Hurley. The secondary: Caleb Scaglione, Bryson Walker, Derek Farmer, and Hutton Walker. Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 1. Johnson out of the shotgun. And there is Griffin Johnson with the carry, and he's not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, really no gain on the play. And after that first little bit of misdirection play that the Pelicans had, the Challenger defense was a little bit fooled, and a nice 9-yard gain. Nothing there on 2nd down.
So now for the Pelicans on their first series of the game, find themselves in a 3rd and 1. Cloudy skies. Well, I guess you could say partially cloudy.
Yeah, some clouds around for sure, and doesn't look like any threat of weather, however. You mentioned the cool temperatures that we're already experiencing and going to continue to experience.
We've got trips out to the left on 3rd down. Johnson drops back, looks to throw, finds an open man who picks up 1st down yardage or more. That's Kaufman with it as he takes it up the midfield.
Yeah, 22-yard gain.
Well, it looked like they had everybody thinking to the other side of the field. And
the Challengers thought they were going to run the football, and they had everybody up at the line of scrimmage. And so once the receiver gets in behind the first level of defenders, there was nobody there, and Kaufman with a huge gain, 22 yards and a Pelican 1st down.
So now the ball at the Challenger 49. Trips to the left side. The outside man is Nolan Baker. Kaufman, the inside slot, going to take it over to the right side. And Johnson, and it's nearly picked off by Mike Covey.
It's a nice read by Covey, and he couldn't really get 2 hands up, so he did manage to get the 1 hand up and bat that one away. So it's 2nd down now, and
so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 on the incomplete pass. Covey, one of the defensive leaders, just a sophomore. And thus far in the season, Covey, 2 sacks, and also one of the top tacklers on the team. 9:58 to go in the first. Johnson dropping back, going to dump off a short pass. There's Kaufman with it. Kaufman will pick up a couple of yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
Great play by Derek Farmer there. The screen pass looked like it was set up quite well, but Farmer comes from his safety spot and identifies the receiver and makes a nice play, bringing up 3rd down and 9 now after just a 1-yard gain.
So the Pelicans, we're expecting them to air it out a pretty fair amount. We'll see what the Challengers are able to do in terms of pressure. Last week, facing Joe Janney of Henley, they saw a guy who was as much a threat to run as he was to pass. Johnson takes a snap, dropping back, looking right, overthrows his intended target. Soluskin the intended target, but that'll bring up 4th down.
And let's see what KU decides to do here on 4th down. They're on the Challenger side of the field. Would not be surprised to see them go for it. Let's see what they decide to do. However, if they don't get it, and if they do go for it and they don't get it, it's going to give Challengers a very short field.
Good to see back out on the field, Tucker Maben. He'll start at center tonight, but he's been out for a couple of games with a bum wing, but he's back in the lineup tonight. Fourth down play, flag goes down, ball high in the air. Once again looking for Kaufman, but nothing happening there. And
let's see what the penalty flag is about.
Looked like that was right about the line of scrimmage, maybe?
Offsides possibly on the Challengers, or is it against Klamath?
Yeah.
So it's a turnover on downs. Illegal formation on the Pelicans, and with the incompletion, obviously the Challengers don't want to take that penalty because they'll get the ball.
All right. I think probably we'll go ahead and get this first play in before we introduce the Challengers offense. Derek Farmer at quarterback. Bryson Walker in the backfield with them. In motion, Caleb Scaglione. Farmer, his first pass attempt, bounces off the hands of Caleb Parker, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Looking at the starting lineup offensively for the Challengers, Derek Farmer, quarterback, Bryson Walker at running back. The receivers, Caleb Scaglione, Caleb Parker, Seth Scaglione, and Alex Fianacca. The offensive line, Blake Patereau, Wyatt Hurley, Tucker Maben, Joey Menard, and Nathan Kuhl. So a 2nd down and 10. Challengers at their own 47. Their first series of the game offensively. Scaglione in motion, and he'll take the carry on the fly sweep, and he'll take it up to about the 50-yard line. Good defense there by the Pelicans on the pursuit. Looking at the defense for Klamath Union, they've got Aiden Caldera, P.J. Safford, Darius Thompson up front, and Devin Weiser. They're going to do a 4-4. And then Gavin Coe, Griffin Johnson, Tavin Ruano, Tilden Kaufman, and the secondary, Saluskin, Reese Johnson, and Nolan Baker. High snap. They'll swing the pass out to Scaglione. Scaglione has all kinds of running room as he picks up the first down and takes it down to the 38.
Yeah, 11 yards on the carry, and they had that play set up perfectly for Scaglione. Some nice blocking out on the edge, especially by Caleb Parker out in front of him to get that first down.
So the Challengers move the ball into Pelican territory. We're at 7:53 to go.
Nice 3rd down conversion there by the Challengers after kind of a couple of slow start plays for them.
Farmer drops back, looks to throw, looking long, looking for Parker, and he overthrows him. Back there on the coverage is Nolan Baker for KU, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Taking a little shot there just to make sure KU's paying attention, and they were. Nice coverage down the field that time on Parker. Really know where to throw that ball, and nice job by, Derek Farmer of just throwing it over the top of his head. Really not open on that play.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Trips to the left for quarterback Derek Farmer. Walker in the backfield with him. They go ahead and hand it to Walker. Walker cuts it to the outside, and he's near the 30. Keeps his feet. Nice show of strength there as he works it inside the 25.
19 yards on the run, and we talked about it a little bit before the game. Sometimes we think maybe Walker should get the ball a little bit more. As you can see from the speed and the shiftiness that he has there, makes a nice 19-yard run and picks up a first down for the Challengers on their just their second rushing play of the game.
399 yards for Walker in the season coming into the game, averaging about 9 yards a carry. And they'll go ahead and hand that off.
That's a touchdown.
And there's a touchdown. Bryson Walker puts the Challengers on the board. Go ahead and show the replay for you. And Walker there in the backfield, just his second carry of the game. And I think that's why maybe he doesn't carry it more. It's just Cascade gets the ball, scores in a couple of plays, and it's over with.
Yeah, 20-yard run, made it look easy right up the middle. Some good blocking and also some nice cuts in the hole. And Walker's in the end zone before he knows it. Or before KU knows it, maybe I should say.
And now, Challengers off the extra point try. Alex Fianaka, it's good. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more football action here on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Fianaka kicking it away, and, well, got plenty of leg for that.
Well, that was a line drive. It never got more than 15 feet off the ground, but it's still one hopped into the end zone right between the two return guys.
So now the Pelicans will try to get things going here on the second series of the game for them offensively. Coming in from the sideline, where number 18 is Reese Johnson, 6'4", 195-pound junior quarterback.
Challengers 6 plays, 51 yards on the drive, 20-yard touchdown run by Bryson Walker to put the points on the board, and the Challengers now back on defense.
So they got twin receivers to either side of the Pelicans' offensive line. Kaufman, the man in motion. They'll go ahead and hand it off, and they're having none of it. Wrapping him up on the backfield. Looks like Patero there. And it'll bring up a second down and long.
5-yard loss on the play. Patero getting through immediately and in the backfield. Tackled the running back. He just got the ball. Nice play by him. Avoiding the block and getting himself in position to make a tackle.
So that'll put the ball back at the 15-yard line for the Pelicans. Clock running. We're just about halfway through the first quarter of play. The Challengers asserting themselves early. Had a couple of good plays by the Pelicans on the pass reception by Kaufman, and a little bit of trickery as Kaufman went on wildcat run. Now Kaufman's going to receive the pass there, but there to make a play defensively, Derek Farmer for the Challengers as he limits the damage.
Well, we've already called his names a couple of times, and that time he got off a block by a receiver, and after a yard gain, just took out the little swing pass receiver. And I tell you what, welcome to the game, whoever.
Yeah.
That was a hit by him in the open field. Just a 1-yard gain on that pass play.
Senior quarterback, and we've talked about his athleticism, state champion in the Oregon 3A as the 100 and 200 meters at the state track meet last spring. pretty good at whatever he puts his mind to. So this will bring up a 3rd down and long. Trips to the left for the Pelicans. And try to throw that over the middle and back there. Well, guess who's back there again?
Yeah, on the blitz that time, they brought Farmer up the middle. And also looked like Michael Covey in there as well.
2 guys you really don't want to see if you're a quarterback.
6'3" or 4", and around 200-pound guys coming at you, sort of unblocked. That makes it a 4th down and long here.
So the Pelicans in this situation find themselves kicking it away. P.J. Safford, so one of the offensive linemen, is the punter for the Pelicans. And a low line drive kick. Scaglione is going to think about it for a second. He says, no, I'm going to pick that up. He'll go ahead and take it over to the left side of the field, keeps his feet, crosses midfield. We got a flag on the play. Scaglione cuts it the other direction. 30, 20, 10, 5, and I think this is coming back.
It is. There's a flag. I believe there's a block, a blindside block that's going to get called against the Challengers back here where the flag is.
So the officiating crew and tonight's crew, referee is Darren Rutledge, umpire center judge Ron Wagner, Martin Balakis is the linesman, Casey Thompson the line judge, back judge is Steve Newman.
So where exactly are they going to mark this off from?
Discussion there. I see Nolan Baker talking to one of the officials. And
they don't seem to know what they're doing here.
No, they look a little... I'm not sure what's going on. Score to pass along to you. Sheldon leading North Salem 7-0 in Oregon 6A football. And the discussion.
Now they're talking to Coach Gatman about something. Well, if it's a penalty against KU, that's a touchdown.
So here we go. And of course, unfortunately, not thinking it was a touchdown, I didn't hit the replay on that. But Caleb Scaglione stakes his team to a 13-point lead. It was a nice-looking run.
60.
I guess we'll get to watch it on YouTube tomorrow.
It was a 60-yard punt return touchdown for the Challengers.
And you know, he has really... We've had some good punt returners over the years, and Scaglione definitely putting himself in the pantheon of those who have made their mark. And the kick by Fianaka is good. So on the punt return for a touchdown, it is Cascade Christian 14, Klamath Union 0. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto. as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Well, thanks to the exploits of Caleb Scaglione, the challengers, and I think this is just why we don't see these really gaudy offensive statistics for the challengers, is they just don't require too many snaps to score.
No, they don't, and no snaps there. It's a punt return for a touchdown, and so that's a quick score, and the challengers didn't even really go on offense.
Here we are, 5:02 left to go in the first, and Fianaka is going to get ready to kick it away for the third time tonight. Might as well set somebody up in the park. You've got the track behind the end zone, and he's got room to spare.
Yeah, well, remember that one, they marked off the blindside block penalty, so he kicked off from the 50, so that helps.
Yes. Hello, NASA. We'd like to report a football in orbit.
Yeah.
No need to adjust your set.
Yeah, he got all of that one. So the challengers now have 14 points on 6 plays. I guess if you count the punt return, 7 plays.
Roseburg and North Eugene playing tonight, non-conference game, 0-0 in that one. Johnson, pair of receivers, left and right. He'll go ahead and roll out to his right, looking downfield. Saluskin. And back there for the coverage, Cascade Christian. We've got Hutton Walker back there, as well as Caleb Scaglione.
Yeah, and I don't know about that one. Looks like Scaglione kind of grabbed him there at the last second. No call by the officials.
So on the incompletion, that'll bring up second down.
Definitely bumped him there at the end of the route. Don't know if he could have caught that. That ball was thrown pretty far over the top, so maybe the official considering that as well.
Well, that'll be our story, and we're sticking to it.
Okay. KU taking a shot down the field there. Good time to take one after a score by the challengers, but it does bring up now 2nd and 10.
Split out wide to the left for the Pelicans. Number 9, that's Baker. Johnson and Johnson in the backfield. Man in motion, a little shovel pass, and
very nice play.
Pelicans pick up a first down. Trevin Ruano, backup running back, makes a nice play there as the Pelicans move the sticks.
Another first down for KU and an 11-yard gain, and I think we got the receiver.
Ruano, yeah.
I think that's him on the turf. I think he landed on the football. You know what I mean? If you played football, you know what I mean, and usually knocks the wind out of you. And so I'm guessing he's going to jump up here in a second and he'll be fine. But boy, when that happens, it feels like you can't breathe. So I think they're just working him out there for a minute.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break while they do so, and we'll be right back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Like I said, it looked to me like he just got the wind knocked out of him. So I can see his legs moving around. They're not looking at his legs. So
fallen Pelican, Trevin Ruano, on the play. He ended up picking up the first down for the Pelicans. But yeah, it's like you said, Mark, could be a case of falling on the football.
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe
they're
just
getting him back up here.
Yeah.
He's sitting up, and they haven't been looking at his legs or anything. Could also be a possible concussion situation, We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's going to come off the field, and
shout out to Brady Dorner tonight. He ended up picking up a concussion in last week's game, but he's out on the sideline this evening, and I can tell you in history class he's had a good week. So
there you go.
It'll be the type of deal. Well, we need you more in November than we do in early October. So get better. And
well, yeah. Obviously, if you're the Challengers, you want everybody healthy for the playoffs. That's the most important part. Obviously, to get to the playoffs, you got to win your league games, starting with tonight. Challengers have come out and done what they needed to do here in the first quarter, up 14-0 with 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. And just a nice play there by Ruano to get that first down, and he's over here on the sideline now, and they're taking a look at him.
1st and 10 for the Pelicans at their own 31. And
we have no snap, and we have people running everywhere. So it's either a false start or offsides, and I'm guessing it's a false start. And that's going to take the Pelicans back 5. And believe it or not, that's the first accepted penalty in this game. Oh, actually, it's going to be offsides on Cascade Christian.
And I believe that might be their first this evening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is the first accepted penalty by either team.
So for the Challengers, this was an area, weeks 1 and 2, that didn't look good. And they've done a lot to really clean that phase of the game up. Clock running with 4:26. Johnson in motion. Gets hit.
Gets rid
as
of the
he
football.
throws. Yeah. And running in on the play, that was Alex Fianacca from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, he's a handful for anybody, any of these defensive linemen, because of his athleticism and his size. He gets around defensive linemen very easily and is usually in the backfield in a hurry. That time, really no time for Johnson to do anything with the football, as Fianacca right in his face very quickly. And he just kind of got rid of the football, in the general direction of one of his receivers, but he had to throw that way before he wanted to. Nice pressure by Fianacca.
And we got a pair of receivers out to the left side, receivers over to the right. Kaufman in motion to the left side. Johnson gonna throw it upfield, has his man, but he can't hold on. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Wow, that was a nice play. They faked the bubble screen, and they had Coe down the field. Gavin Coe was wide open. Could not hang on to that football. Hit him in the hands.
6'2", 180. Got some good size on him.
Yeah, nice throw by Johnson, and he just couldn't hang on to it.
So that'll stop the clock at 4:14 to go in the first quarter. It'll be a 3rd down and 5. Patero will come out of the Challenger lineup. Checking in will be Austin Cook along that defensive line.
And Tucker Maben came in as well.
So the Challengers, they're beginning to get some depth working up front.
Yeah, can rotate some guys in and out.
Coe and Baker to the left. And here on the 3rd down play, Johnson rolling around, getting pressure from Cook. Throws over in the direction
of Coe.
And that will bring up 4th down.
Actually, that was Baker out there. My bad. He threw in the direction of Baker on an out. Not able to connect.
Well, kind of hard to do when you got the pressure on you. And the Challengers, their pass rush has been pretty ferocious this evening.
Yeah, the big play they had to make was that last pass down the field that Coe couldn't hang on to. That would have been a big gain for the Pelicans. And now they're forced to punt the football 4th and 5.
Safford steps in the backfield. And Klamath Union going to go ahead and call a timeout with 4:09 left to go in the first. We'll take a quick break and be right back on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it, or they're going to quick kick it, one or the other.
So you got 4 to the left.
And
I think they got what they wanted out of it.
Jumped off sides, and that's going to give KU a first down.
I'm not sure if that was exactly the plan, but they'll be more than happy to take the result, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Pelicans. A little bit of new life here as they approach midfield. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
Coach Sean not going to be very happy with that one.
No, he's not.
As Covey was coming on a blitz that time, at least the way the defense was set up, and the ball did not move, and he went across the line. So that's an obvious penalty on the challengers.
Kaufman in motion. They'll hand the ball, and trying to make a move is Griffin Johnson, but he's surrounded in a sea of white, and he's driven back for a loss.
Yeah, Fianaka there, along with Michael Covey. And again, I don't think you want to run the football to that side of the field that those two guys are on.
No. And loss of 5 on the play. That'll move the football back to about the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 15 with 3:38 and counting. Johnson bringing the play in from the sideline.
And KU definitely taking their time to run plays. They're not running plays quickly. And we've seen that a lot this season with the opponents of the challengers. You know, they try to keep the ball away from that challenger's offense, and one way to do it is to take your time running your own plays.
Making your best defense your offense. Going in motion is Gavin Coe. Johnson will drop back. Throws a little short pass, but Kaufman, it looks like if that is complete, then we got a fumble on the play.
They called it complete, but they called him down prior to fumbling, it looks like.
So now that'll bring up. We really didn't get much of anything. I see the scoreboard showing.
He got a
3rd
yard,
and 10,
maybe.
but it's not a 3rd and 10.
No, it's not 3rd and 10. It's 3rd and 14 or 15.
Yeah,
and I think he got a yard or so on that play. Not much. Good job again by Farmer of reading that running back screen in the middle of the field and just sprinting up from his safety spot to make the play. Because really, he doesn't make that play. Everybody else, there's no one else around. But he finds his way to the running back, making the catch on the screen and makes a great tackle on that play.
3rd and long, 2:19. Clock running here in the first quarter. Johnson drops back. Cook in on the pressure. They'll throw the ball over in the direction of Gavin Coe, but I think Derek Farmer might have been a little bit closer to it than Coe was.
Yeah, that was a great job of defending that play by Farmer, and that goes incomplete and brings up a 4th and 15. Now I would assume they would punt the football here, as I see
Safford
dropping back to kick it.
And for the Challengers, Caleb Scaglione will drop back deep.
2:09 to go here in the first quarter. Challengers lead at 14-0 and are about to get the football back. Scaglione with a touchdown.
And a flag on the play.
And I think the Pelicans have too many men on the field.
Adding insult to injury. Well, how do you like that? They mic up the officials.
Yeah, that's nice.
And so
they're going to move the ball back 5 yards. That's the first penalty on KU on the night for 12 guys on the field. And
kind of humbling for a team. Checking in for Klamath Union, we have a 71 that I don't have on my big print roster. But anyway, they're going to go ahead and kick it. High kick. Any higher, I think he would have gotten rain. And it's going to fall to the turf. Down at the 36-yard line.
The Challengers will take over there.
And what do they run, Mark, on offense? 6 plays so far tonight?
Yes. Yes, KU has run a total of 17 plays so far, and the Challengers just 6, and have scored both times they've had the football. One on a punt return by Scaglione of 60 yards, and the other on a 20-yard run by Bryson Walker. Challengers looking good so far on the 6 plays that they've had here in the first half.
Farmer and Walker in the backfield, trips to the left side. Caleb Parker split out wide to the right. Farmer going to roll out to his left, look downfield, throws it. Some traffic and coverage there. Looking for Seth Scaglione back there defensively is Dicho Kovacic.
Kind of a sidearm toss that time by Farmer.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
He's not as accurate, I don't think, when he throws the ball like that. And nice rollout, good pocket for him to throw in, actually. Bryson Walker made a nice block on the edge player to kind of, as he kind of rolled out to his left.
2nd down and 10. 1:53 to go in the first. And they'll hand it for... actually, Farmer keeps it himself, and then he just blows through the defense. Gets past midfield. 1st down, Challengers.
Yeah, picks up about 16 yards on the play and puts the Challengers in good field position now with their another 1st down.
Farmer coming in with 268 rushing yards on the season, scored 5 touchdowns, so he's the 2nd leading rusher on the team, and with his speed, he gets his fair amount of attempts. Kind of gives you that Josh Allen field playing back there. Throw, and he can run. In motion, Scaglione to the right side. Farmer dropping back. Loads up, and he finds Fianaka. Fianaka makes the catch and works it down to about the 21. Fianaka gets the Challengers in the red zone.
28 yards on the completion. Longest pass play of the day for the Challengers. Another 1st down, setting them up in good field position.
For Fianaka, just his 2nd reception of the year. Challengers now with 1st and 10. Inside a minute to go. Clock running. Farmer talking to Fianaka on his left. Now Farmer going to look downfield and getting a hand on it defensively. Saluskin there defensively for the Pelicans to bat that one away.
That's a touchdown if he throws that a little farther out in front of Scaglione. Just threw it a little bit behind him, and the defender able to get a hand in there and knock it down.
So that'll stop the clock with 37.9 to go in the first. Challengers 2nd and 10 at the 19, leading 14-0 in the ball game. Caleb Parker split out wide to the right, trips to the left side. Walker back in the backfield. Here's the snap. Farmer swings it. And I tell you what, there's a bad case. Both sides of Butterfingers this evening.
Well, remember the weather's a little cooler.
Yes,
Haven't
it
had
is.
to play in that kind of weather so far this year. And you can see a little bit of the drops. Parker, dropped the first one of the game. And right there we have another drop by, I think that's Scaglione out there. And,
yeah, we saw one by Co.
and we saw
KU.
one by Co for KU, And when the weather changes, ball's a little harder. Hands are a little colder. Sometimes it's tough to hang on to that football, and we've seen it so far in this one.
3rd down and 10 at the 19. Scaglione in motion. They'll fake that, and on the option, Farmer keeps it, and he picks up first down yardage and a little bit more. How about them tomatoes?
Yeah, nice job by him picking up 15 yards on the quarterback keeper. You mentioned it fakes the fly sweep, and the defensive end kind of steps up, and that was the right read on his part. As if the defensive end steps up to take the fly sweep, you're supposed to keep it, and he does. Picks up 15 yards and another Challenger first down.
Challengers 1st and goal at the 7. Clock running with 13 seconds left. And it is Walker over to the right side, and he finds the edge, and he scores. Touchdown, Challengers.
8-yard touchdown run by Walker.
I'll show the replay on that for you. Kind of a no-doubter. He gets up ahead of steam, and you're not stopping him.
Well, some nice blocking out there by the receivers, too, to get him kind of around the edge, and he's able to get in the end zone for the 8-yard touchdown and put the Challengers back on the board.
So, Cascade Christian now with a 20-0 lead. And Fiannaca will attempt the point after. Out of the hold of Caleb Scaglione, Wyatt Hurley, the long snapper. And that one is blocked. And falling on it, Caleb Scaglione.
So
extra point tried, no good.
Good job by KU breaking through the middle of that Challenger line and getting a hand on that one, because it didn't look like it was, took an extra long time or anything. Just able to get through the line and get a hand up and block it.
So we'll take a quick timeout and be back in 60 seconds on TableRockSports.net.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as a fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning
Fiannaca boots it out of the back of the end zone. And so there will be one more play to go here in the first.
4.5 seconds left.
So the Pelicans back on offense, trailing in the game 20-0. Here it's homecoming night at Pelican Field. Also sounds like they got a little class reunion going on right now. The classes of 2004, 2005, and 2006 in the house.
Yep. So that'll, usually during homecoming you have some reunions going on.
Yep. Some fun and festivities for the Challengers. Theirs is coming up on October 24th. And for you Challenger fans, there are tickets being sold for a tailgate party at Lithia Driveway Fields. That'll happen during the game. Here on first down, Fianaka there. He has been a menace this evening. Fianaka causes a loss of about 4 yards on the play. And that will end the first quarter. The Challengers lead 20-0. We'll be back after these messages.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
31 yards in offense in the first quarter.
Wow.
And we had 117.
Quite a first quarter for the Challengers, with putting up some pretty strong numbers. And Klamath Union, they've had plenty of possession. Unfortunately for them, they just haven't been able to sustain a drive, and it's just been a situation where the Challengers picked up a head of steam early, and they haven't let off the pedal.
No, they really haven't. Challengers 117 yards unofficially of offense in that first quarter. KU 31 yards of offense. So the Challenger defense has been good as well, including minus 5 yards rushing for KU in that first quarter. So second down now and 15.
So it's a second down and long after the nice defensive play by Alex Fianaka. And he's definitely had a game in terms of his play from his defensive end spot.
Let's give one more round of applause for Jerry Wolfram, Meredith Case, and Charles.
Klamath Union, they're inducting 3 members into their Sports Hall of Fame.
That's what's causing the little bit of holdup here before they start the second quarter.
Johnson dropping back, looking left. And again, nothing doing on the play. Pass intended for Nolan Baker.
And he just didn't hang on to it. Again, another good-looking throw that time by Johnson. And Baker kind of upset with himself. You could see him there. Not able to hang on to the football. Would have been close to the first down.
So it'll bring up a third down and about 15. 11:54 to go in the half. Challengers leading in the ball game by a score of 20-0. Seen Rowan Erickson wearing number 20, playing a little bit of linebacker for the Challengers on this series. And you talk about speed and speed everywhere. Rowan's another one of those guys in that category.
Yeah, absolutely. Good basketball player, too. Played a lot of basketball for me last year.
Johnson with trips. He has an empty backfield. He now has quadruple receivers to the right. He was throwing a pass over in the direction of Gavin Coe. Thrown just a little bit high, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Good coverage down the field by the Challengers, too. They had, I think, who was the corner over there? Michael Covey was kind of dropping back in front of the receiver, and they had, I think, Farmer back behind him. So pretty good coverage on that. Tight little window to throw that one into and not able to get it done. So KU now fourth down and back in punt formation. Caleb Scaglione back to receive. And again, KU a little unorganized on their special teams.
Safford.
Finally get a deep guard in there for punt block, or punt protection, I should say.
And the kick, a good one by Safford. Scaglione has a little bit of trouble with it. And back there on the cover. Good coverage by the Pelicans.
Yeah, really good coverage. That's the snapper, I think. Joseph Abera back there putting pressure on Scaglione. And luckily for the Challengers, he's able to fall on the football and keep possession for Cascade Christian.
So Challengers get it back offensively. And the ball will be spotted at their own 24-yard line. So Safford giving a big assist to his team with the nice punt play, and then, of course, the troubles that the Challengers had with it.
Yeah, that was a huge punt. Scaglione backtracking, and then, it went off his fingertips, and once he touches it, he knows he has to go get the football, and luckily for the Challengers, he's able to get to it and get on it before any of the Pelicans can. Keep possession for Cascade Christian.
Well, I'll let you speak to it after this play. The Challengers have done really well in terms of not turning the ball over this year so far. And there's Walker with the carry. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play.
And there's somebody down. Yeah, he's getting up, so.
And checking out for Klamath Union, that is Aiden Caldera, kind of holding his side a little bit. Clock running here with 11:19 left to go in the half. Challengers with a 3-receiver set. Farmer dropping back, completes the pass. There with the reception is Caleb Parker.
Yep.
Parker.
Pass complete for a short gain. Tackled by number 9, Norman Baker. 3rd down and 2.
For Caleb, second leading receiver on the Challengers on the season. And he'll present a 3rd down and 2. And now Walker with it. He's going to take it to the Izzy. 20-10 touchdown Challengers.
68 yards, 66 yards, 68 yards on the touchdown. Oh my goodness! You can see the speed that kid has. He hit that hole, and he was through it before you could snap your fingers.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I mean he was second level, and just barely a second.
68 yards and no cloud of dust because he doesn't make any dust. He's going so fast. Supersonic.
Yes. Turned on the Jets. And now the Challengers going to go for 2 here.
Since they got the last one blocked, a good opportunity for them to practice a 2-point conversion play.
Because they're going to need to do those from time to time. And now with it, a little
jump pass.
Yeah, and he throws it over there to Covey, and the 2-point conversion is good. Challengers lead 28-0. We will take a timeout and be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
Enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet, too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at Abby's.com, give us a call, or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
10:34 left to go in the half. Challengers getting ready to kick it away after the long touchdown run by Bryson Walker. His kick, this one, just on the edge of the end zone. He must be getting tired. And then they run the ball out to about the 19-yard line. So Challengers really come out of the return by Nolan Baker, no worse for wear, as the Pelicans get set to go to work.
Yeah, and that kickoff was so high that the Challengers had a chance to get down the field and really limit KU's return as they bring it just out to the 20, where same spot where it would have been if it went in the end zone. So nice coverage by the Challengers on special teams, and a nice high kick by Fianaka. He's been good all year. He really has.
In the Sheldon game, I just saw a report come up. They're tied in their contest this evening at 14-14. Meanwhile, here at Klamath Union, Challengers leading 28-0. We've got plenty of first half left.
10:27 to go here in the second quarter.
Baker in motion and nearly picked off. I believe that was Caleb Parker that got a mid on it.
Well, Caleb Parker was going to make the tackle on the receiver, and the ball hit him.
Yeah.
It was one of those deals where he wasn't really even looking for the football. He saw the receiver starting to put his hands out, and he was getting ready to tackle him, and the ball hit Caleb Parker instead of the receiver. So a good read by him to get where he needed to get to, but he just didn't see the football, and it bounced right off of him.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. And the clock stops with the incompletion at 10:20. So that's kind of why now the game is almost an hour old, and we're just a couple minutes into the second.
Yeah, we also had an injury that took 5 minutes or so as well. But yeah, KU's thrown the ball 17 times so far in this one, and every time they have an incompletion, it stops the clock.
Pass there,
nice
looked
catch.
like nice completion there for Tuko Saluskin, and that'll mark a first down for the Pelicans.
16 yards on the pass play, and nice throw, nice catch. Actually, pretty good coverage by the Challengers too, as he was tackled as soon as he caught it.
So Challengers out there defensively up front. They've got Austin Cook, number 4. Blake Patero, number 70. 74 is Tucker Maben. And linebackers, we got Parker out there along with Hurley, Covey, and Seth Scaglione, the Challengers secondary. Caleb Scaglione, Bryson Walker, Derek Farmer, and Hutton Walker. In our broadcasting class, we just call Hutton Jr.
Junior.
9:31 to go in the half. Going in motion is Coe. And Baker drops the pass. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Or bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, again, a nice throw by Johnson out there. Baker just not able to handle it. They had the screen set up. It was going to go for a few yards, I think.
Reese Johnson bringing in the play from the sideline. 2nd and 10 with 9:22 to go in the first half. Kaufman, he split out wide to the right. Dropping back is Johnson, getting some pressure. He's going to let it fly. He has Kaufman. But Kaufman can't hold on back there defensively. Caleb Scaglione with the coverage.
Yeah, nice throw by Johnson, and Kaufman looks like he's cramping a little bit, having trouble, and he just couldn't quite get to that football. But he was behind the defense, and Scaglione trying to catch up, and could have been a long play if he just could have held on to that football. Well, not, just a little overthrown by Johnson, and now it sets up a 3rd and 10 for the Pelicans.
Patero going to the sideline. Nathan Kuhl, the freshman, checking in. By weight, the Challengers don't have the biggest guys, but I tell you what, there is some height on that defensive side.
There is. They've batted down a few passes this year, too, as well. They got in the quarterback's face and knocked a few balls down with some of that size.
Scored a pass along from the 3A. Coquille leading Brookings Harbor 20-7. And a timeout called. We will take one as well, and then we'll be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. It's time to enjoy savings with style during the National Karastan Month Journey into Savings event. Get a free Karastep carpet cushion and capture the lowest prices of the season with every purchase. And ask about special zero-interest financing during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Back to action, second quarter, 9:15 to go. The Pelicans find themselves in a 3rd down and 10. Johnson, motion man, Saluskin. Ball thrown, ball caught. And there's Gavin Coe with, that'll be short of the 1st down. But if they're thinking about going for it, they might. For the 4th down and 6.
At their own 40. Score from Wilsonville and North Medford. Wilsonville up 14-0 at halftime. And South Medford and Grants Pass tied at 7 late in the second quarter.
Plenty of football going on around the state of Oregon this evening, and one of the kind of cool things, Table Rock Sports with the coverage for a good portion of it. 4th down, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and go for it here. I think at this stage, well, why not?
Yeah, well, it could be a jump off sides thing, too. So
that is true.
Very careful if you're the Challenger defenders.
Get the play away. Johnson looking downfield, has a man open, and Kaufman covered by Farmer.
Dropped the football.
And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Wow. Wide open receiver. Not sure how he's so wide open down the field, but got to go catch the football.
Yes. Thank you to our sponsors for making tonight's coverage possible, including the Lithia Superstore on Highway 62. Your home for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles and trucks. Our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore. So the Challengers
get the football back. Second turnover on downs for KU so far in this one.
And great field position out of it as well, as they're at the 40 of Klamath Union. Looks like we got Covey in as a slot. Now he'll go in motion. Farmer dropping back, rolling to his right, looking downfield, has a man open. Parker with the catch, and he takes it home. Touchdown, Challenger.
40 yards on the pass play to Parker. And a quick touchdown by Cascade Christian.
A lot of highlights to show you tonight, and we'll show you one right here. Nice little rollout there by Farmer to his right side. And then Parker gets behind the defense. Pitch and catch. Score. And so now the challengers get ready to attempt the point after. Alex Fianaka. His team now up 34-0. The kick is up in the air, and it is good. 8:54, I should say, left to go in the half. Challengers lead 35-0. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
Fianaka getting ready to kick it away for the challengers. And he puts some big boot behind that ball. And the Pelicans will take over at their own 20-yard line. Well, you made the comparison, and I would have to say, based on what we've seen tonight, it's Exhibit A for it. It's the quick strike capability of the challengers.
Yeah, I mean, they turn around right after the turnover and go 40 yards on one play for the touchdown. But what you saw is the play before that, the Pelicans with a wide-open receiver down the field, and he just can't hang on to the football. You know, they had an opportunity to make a big play, weren't able to make it, and, you know, the challengers come right back on the next play, make the big play, execute the play, and pick up the touchdown. And you know, we've seen tonight, KU's had opportunities in this football game. There's no doubt about that. You just have to execute the plays. You have to catch the football.
Johnson with it. Catch made there by Saluskin. He slips the defender. He's out toward midfield. 50, 40, 30, 20, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Klamath Union in the red zone. Derek Farmer finally able to catch up to him and push him out of bounds.
Biggest play of the game, obviously, for the Pelicans. 65 yards on the pitch and catch. And a nice job by Johnson of staying with it. He's throwing good balls out there, and that time able to make a big completion and get the Pelicans in the red zone for the first time tonight.
The Pelicans at the 15-yard line of the challengers.
And they just doubled their offensive output for the entire first half on one play.
And it's good to see Toronto back in the ball game for number 2 for the Pelicans. He was the one out hurt earlier in the ball game. Hey, I want to remind you that before or after the game, it's a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. Dutch Bros supports the communities that support them. And for over 60 years, there is no better place after the game than Abby's Pizza. Make new memories at Abby's. I want to remind you that coming up, we'll have our halftime report coming up, and that will tonight feature the homecoming court for Klamath Union. We know we'll have our share of Pelican fans streaming tonight, so we're going to show that. And want to remind you that the halftime report is brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. The Fall Activities Guide is out now with sports leagues, classes, and activities for all. Visit PlayMedford.com to learn more. New life for the Pelicans. Going to try to get on the board here. 8:33 to go in the half. Johnson dropping back. And football falls to the turf. And the intended target there, Kaufman. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Kaufman just couldn't, look like the ball was thrown a little bit low. Looked like he got a hand on it, just couldn't pull it in. Another score for you. Churchill and Crater tied at 21. Less than a minute to go in the first half.
Well, Churchill will remember they played Henley earlier this year, and Churchill's just one of those programs that's always just loaded, and they're always a tough out.
Yeah, absolutely. And Crater running a hurry up right now, it looks like. 38 seconds to go in the half, and they just moved the ball to the Churchill side of the field.
2nd and 10. Saluskin in motion. And Johnson looking for a man, and breaking it up for the challengers is Hutton Walker.
Hutton stepping in front, getting a hand in that one, or that might have been a touchdown.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for Klamath Union. Looking to get on the board here, and this is the deepest into challenger territory they've managed to get tonight. Like Mark said, there's been some opportunities there, but unfortunately, it hasn't often gone their way.
No, and that was a great giant field position turning play, the last play that they made on the pass down to get in the red zone here. And now they're in a 3rd and 10 situation and got to figure out a way to make a 1st down or get themselves in the end zone here and at least get us one score back on the challengers.
Trips to the right for Johnson, the quarterback. Going in motion is Truano. Dropping back, Johnson looking down the middle, throws right. Has a man down that way, but overthrows Kaufman, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th down. I'd imagine that they're probably going to go ahead and try to go for 6 here.
Unless they have a field goal kicker. And also being down the way they are, you're probably right. 35-0. Field goal is not going to do you a whole lot of good.
Ball at the 15. And Johnson bringing in the play from the sideline. Fourth and 10.
8:17 to go here in the second quarter. 4th and 10. Challenger defense trying to make a stop.
Griffin Johnson in the backfield with Reese Johnson. He'll drop back, look right. Pass is complete. And immediately hit by Derek Farmer.
Well short of the 1st down.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Challengers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 15. $8:10 left to go in the half.
Well, we've talked about it all season, the Challengers with that bend but not break defense. They might give up some yardage on like that big 65-yard pass play, but they managed to get the receiver out of bounds, and KU can't come up with any points, and the Challengers get the football right back. 3rd turnover on downs for the Pelicans here in the first half.
Got a kind of an interesting looking formation for the Challengers. And we'll hand the ball off
to Cubby.
And Michael gets in there for a carry. And
doesn't pick up anything.
Not
no
really.
gain.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 7:45 left to go in the half. Clock running. Covey coming into the game, 60 yards rushing on the season. Kind of gives the Challengers a little bit of a change of pace type back. Ball thrown out in the flat, and Scaglione can't hold on.
We talked about the weather a little bit, and it seems to be both teams are having a little trouble catching the football.
Scaglione on the season, 1 catch for 12 yards, and that happened to be a touchdown courtesy of Jacoby Getman back in the Hidden Valley game. 3rd down and 10 for Cascade. Three receivers set. Scaglione in motion. A little bit of pressure there, but there to make the reception and to break out in the midfield. There's Bryson Walker. He's off to the races. He'll outrun the posse for the touchdown.
89 yards on the touchdown. And, yeah, you got to get that kid the ball.
Yeah.
Just a little short running back screen turns into an 89-yard touchdown.
Well, I tell you, you have to watch when you're doing the replay on this. He picks that up so quickly. And there he is, off to the races for a Challenger touchdown.
Well, it sure pads your passing stats if you're the quarterback, huh, when you get an 89-yard screen pass for a touchdown.
Yeah. How do you like that for yards after the catch? And so now the Challengers will come in for the extra point try. Alex Fianacca out of the hold of Caleb Scaglione. And the point after attempt by Fianacca is good. 42-0. And we'll be back in 60 seconds on TableRockSports.net. So the Challengers getting set to kick it away. 7:04 left to go in the half. And the ball, we're going to have to reset that bad boy.
Quick score update. Crater up 28-21 at half on Churchill. How about that?
That's pretty good. So, the Pelicans try to get something going here with 7:04 in the half.
One of the things we are going to find out in that when we get to the halftime stats is the Pelicans have run a whole heck of a lot more plays than the Challengers.
Yes, they have.
31 plays so far by the Pelicans in this football game. And the Challengers with 21. And yet, the score quite a bit different.
Johnson throws, pass complete.
6 yards on the catch.
And so Pelicans, a nice little pickup there.
Urano comes in and makes a nice catch in traffic. Picks up 6 yards. And Pelicans yet to run a rushing play here in the second quarter. They have 14 passing plays, not a single rush.
And now here, making the catch is Kaufman.
8-yard catch and a first down for the Pelicans. A couple of nice throws, nice catches there by KU. A couple of quick throws, which is what I think Johnson's realized. He's got to get rid of that ball fairly quickly. That time he gets the ball out to Kaufman for a nice gain, about 8 yards, and a first down.
1st and 10. Pelicans at their own 36. And Pelicans trying to close out the half here on a positive note. Johnson, nice looking throw, but there's Scaglione with a nice coverage.
Yeah, nice coverage by Scaglione, able to get a hand up and knock that one away. As a little inside position that time on him by Saluskin, but good defense by Scaglione. Just gets his hand in there at the right time to knock that football away.
So now the clock stops at 5:48.
And that's 16 pass plays the Pelicans have run just in the second quarter. They ran 13 in the first quarter. So they have moved the ball a bit through the air. And that's, but the challengers have done a great job of not letting them get any points associated with some of that movement.
Pass, thrown, and unable to hold on, and that partly due to the work of the defensive back, Bryson Walker, there with the coverage. It was momentarily in the hands of Gavin Coe.
Walker able to separate the football from him, and good defense that time by Bryson Walker. Looked like he caught it there for a second. Could have been called maybe a catch and a fumble, but called incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10. I know one thing, Johnson's arm's going to be sore here at half.
Oh, I know. Well, we knew that they're going to throw a lot, but...
that's 30 throws so far in the first half.
Oh, my goodness.
For him.
Well, and again, a lot of that coming because no sooner than the Challengers get back within a couple of plays, they've scored. Johnson dropping back, looking down the middle, overthrows his intended target, Saluskin. And, of course, some of it's the field position, too, because unless they go with Safford and he goes ahead and he kicks the ball away, the Challengers
there's been some
get the turnover on downs
in their own territory.
Yeah.
So this time looks like they're going to punt, and based on the last punt, if I'm, there he goes. If I'm Scaglione, I'm backing up a little farther, and he does there.
Yeah.
Last time the ball kicked over his head from about the same spot, and he's all the way back to the 25 this time.
High kick in the air. That'll bounce to the turf, and bounce goes the Challengers' way. What, that hit at the 32, but ends up
at the
on the bounce?
Yeah, at the 41, I think. Almost a 9-yard Challenger bounce.
Yeah.
They'll take it.
You bet. So, got 5:21 to go in the half. And looks like we've got Covey will remain in play. We'll also see Rowan Erickson in there.
Kind of at a tight end spot.
Yeah.
Don't think I've seen him play tight end before.
No.
We've seen him at running back, and I think we've seen him at receiver.
I'll go ahead and hand the ball off, and there is Covey with it. Covey up to near midfield. Pickup of 8 will give him a 2nd down and 10. A 2nd down and 2.
Good run that time by Covey. Nice hard run. Picks up some nice yardage for the Challengers.
Of course, running play will keep the clock running as we get down inside the 5-minute mark. Seth Scaglione, Caleb's cousin, lined up. Wide left. And the Challengers taking their time, setting up the play. And now we've got Covey in motion. Farmer dropping back, rolling to his left. And he's going to go ahead and take off and run with it. He gets out past midfield, down to about the 45-yard line. And that will give the Challengers a 1st down.
And 10 yards on the scramble by Farmer. Didn't like what he saw down the field and just took off with it.
Bryson Walker going to check out of the Challenger lineup. One of the things you can see, he's one of my history students, and I've been calling him Lefty. He's got his injured his thumb, and so he's kind of casted up there on his right hand. Hasn't slowed him down any, though.
Sure hasn't. Not tonight, anyway.
Covey lined up behind Farmer. Twins on each side, and now Covey going to go ahead and bust it out to his right. Nice looking run. Keeps his feet. Picks up another Challenger 1st down.
And gets about 11 yards on the carry. Does Covey. Another Challenger 1st down.
So that'll bring the ball down to about the 32-yard line.
.405 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Clock running. And the Challengers well in command.
Boy, are they ever. Lined up in a slot. Rowan Erickson to the left side. Seth is over on his side as well. Now Farmer, a little pitch play out to Covey. Covey crosses the 30 down to just beyond the 28.
And we've got a flag over here. I don't know what that's about.
Well, I guess we are about to find out.
It seemed like it was toward the end of the play. One of the receivers was out here blocking and got tangled up with one of the KU cornerbacks. And I think it might be a face mask, but I'm trying to figure out who that's on.
Well, I'm going to say it's not every day you see
dead ball foul after the play. And it's against the Challengers.
Okay, so they'll back on. We'll give them more yardage to work with here with 3:41 left to go in the half. And that'll bring up a 2nd down.
Yeah, because it was a dead ball foul after the play.
And that's going to set it up at the 43.
So 2nd down now and about 20 for the Challengers.
Challengers now with trips to the left. Scaglione, the inside slot.
Yeah, and he's open if he goes straight streak right now, I think.
And they'll go ahead and throw there, and they were looking for Scaglione. And Ruano, and again, he's the player that was hurt earlier in the ball game. Looked like they, when they were checking him on, I wonder if he might have hurt a rib or something.
Well, I think he fell on the football, yeah, and probably hurt a rib as the wind got knocked out of him, if you know what I mean. So,
but it's good to see him back in there. A nice play defensively.
Yeah, so third down now and forever. 20, I think. Challengers probably in that part of the field where they'd like to get about half of it here and try to go for it on fourth down. I mean, what else do you do if you get half of it? I guess if you don't get anything, you probably punt the football.
Right. Or I don't know, you get enough of it, maybe even a long field goal try.
That's a possibility as well.
Farmer dropping back, looking straight down the middle, and it's caught by Scaglione. Scaglione runs it in, and he scores.
Touchdown from 43 yards out.
So Scaglione making a nice effort on the ball here.
Yeah, and decent coverage, but just able to out kind of muscle the defensive back for the football.
So check this out. So Farmer is going to drop back and throw. Looks long downfield. There's a defender back there for KU, but Scaglione wins the battle for the ball.
Yep. And ends up in the end zone.
Scaglione coming in with 23 catches on the season and a truckload of touchdowns in about every fashion imaginable. And here, he's even scored on a two-point conversion, a busted two-point conversion play this year. Fianaka with the point after attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. 3:24 left to go in the first half of play, and the Challengers lead 49-0. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
That time of year again, time for our huge truckload meat bonanza at Food for Less. Choose from Chairman's Reserve beef and pork, like in the bag New York's, tri-tips, boneless pork loins, and bone-in pork shoulder butts. And we also cut it just the way you want for free. Look for all your bonanza savings on our Facebook and Sherm's Thunderbird website. So remember, always shop at our bonanzas and save.
Now's your chance to stock up for fall with Sherm's annual sale now through October 14th. Save on many items including canned goods, juice, pasta, and more. Grab a whole case of essential everyday canned corn or beans for $16.98. That's just 70 cents per can. Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, only $25.98, just $1.08 per can. Or Hunt's spaghetti sauce, $11.48, a low price of 96 cents per can. Stock up for fall with the Sherm's Case Goods sale at all Sherm's stores.
Well, we will have.
So here we go. Challengers kicking it away. Alex Fianaka. Kaufman, one of the return men. Looks like we've got Baker back there as well. Kaufman with the return. And he keeps his feet, gets out across the 20-yard line. One of the few return opportunities they've had tonight. And now the Pelicans retake the field. See if they can't put one on the board before the first half concludes.
3:17 to go here in the second quarter.
Today's game is brought to you by the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role campaign, promoting respectful behavior at youth sporting events, and by Hart Insurance, providing personal and business coverage in Grants Pass and Medford. Saluskin will line up wide right. Toronto on his side wearing number 2. Coe in motion to the left. They'll hand off, and this might be an example of why the Pelicans have generally avoided running with the football this evening.
Yeah, that's their first run of the second quarter, their first rushing attempt. and it lost 3 yards.
So that'll bring up a second down and long for quarterback Reese Johnson and company. Number 18 will bring the play in from the sidelines. Johnson, a junior, so he's got another year of high school football ahead of him.
And he throws a nice ball, and he's been fairly accurate hitting his receivers down the field. They haven't always caught the football, but he's done a decent job of throwing it here in the first half.
Get some good zip on it. And here, Johnson looking in the direction of Toronto, but that will fall incomplete, and that'll bring up a third down and long. 2:24 left to go in the half.
And this, if they throw it again on this down, will be his 20th attempt of the second quarter. I have a stat sheet that I use, and I've never gone past 20 attempts in a quarter. We've been doing this a long time, and this will be his 20th attempt.
I'd have to go look in the OSAA record book. I think somebody has actually thrown 55 times in a game.
Well, yeah.
I think one game I can remember over the years, the Challengers maybe threw 45 in a game once, which in the days of Andy Maurer would be a whole season. And there is Griffin Johnson, and I believe that is probably one of the first rushes he's had for positive yards tonight.
Yeah, and he picks up 7 and gets KU to minus 1 yard rushing on the night. So they're almost back to 0, but it brings up 4th down and 6 here for the Pelicans with 1:53 and the clock running going here in the second quarter. And Scaglione back again to receive the punt.
Hey, here's a score to pass along to you. Siuslaw winning their game against South Umpqua, 41-7. There, the return, Scaglione. He crosses the 40-yard line up to the 45, out across midfield, and got some blocking there. Keeps his feet, keeps it going,
Touchdown.
And he scores.
There's a flag. Where is the flag? I don't see it. Oh, it's back here at the 42-yard line. So
does not bode well for the Challengers.
No, that does not. So this one's going to come back, I would suspect. But we said that the last time, remember?
Well, yeah, we did. And it was Scaglione. And you remember, well, we completely missed a replay opportunity. The nice thing is, folks, on Table Rock Sports is that you can go to YouTube and watch the replay on it. Loads up almost just immediately after the game is over.
And there's some discussion about the penalty here. And we'll see what we got.
You know how you would know that they've thrown the ball a lot in this quarter?
Personal foul against the Challengers. Not sure what that is.
And so this is coming back. So 1:25 left to go in the half.
The Challengers are going to start way back 15 yards from the 42.
Well, nothing like a little evening stroll before halftime.
So about the 27, I think. 28-yard line. 29-yard line, maybe. See where they end up putting it. At the 27, it looks like. Yep, 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Challengers after the penalty. So another nice punt return by Caleb. All for naught, but he's already got one 60-yarder in this game for a touchdown, so,
Well, maybe just to make it up to him, just throw it to him.
Yeah, throw him a screen or something, I guess.
Yeah. Challengers now with Farmer under center. And he's going to take a knee. And now they get the clock running.
And he'll take one more after the clock gets down below 40 seconds so that we can end the half here.
So I think we're going to see. I got a funny feeling that we're going to see a lot of youngsters in the second half for the Challengers. Farmer just saying, okay, we're going to lift the foot off the gas a little bit here. And again, I want to remind you that coming up, we'll have your halftime report. We will have plenty of highlights and scores for you. You know that the city of Medford is the largest provider of community recreation classes, programs, and sports leagues in Southern Oregon. Check out the fall program guide for hundreds of offerings at playmedford.com. Clock running out here, and once again, we will carry the homecoming court presentation here, and that's coming up at the half. We will go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll have plenty coming up for you here on TableRockSports.net.
That time of year again, time for our huge truckload meat bonanza at Food for Less. Choose from Chairman's Reserve beef and pork, like in the bag New Yorks, tri-tips, boneless pork loins, and bone-in pork shoulder butts. And we also cut it just the way you want for free. Look for all your bonanza savings on our Facebook and Sherm's Thunderbird website. So remember, always shop at our bonanzas and save.
Now's your chance to stock up for fall with Sherm's annual sale now through October 14th. Save on many items including canned goods, juice, pasta, and more. Grab a whole case of essential everyday canned corn or beans for $16.98. That's just 70 cents per can. Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup, only $25.98, just $1.08 per can. Or Hunt's spaghetti sauce, $11.48, a low price of 96 cents per can. Stock up for fall with the Sherm's Case Goods sale at all Sherm stores.
Him throwing 32 times in the second half. And here's the Klamath Union Pelican Marching Band in progress.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the homecoming court. As the trucks carrying our 2025 homecoming court come around the bend, we would like to personally thank Hogan Day Construction for their generous donation of the vehicles for tonight's procession. Now, let's welcome the 2025 homecoming court.
Homecoming court arriving in style here. Rolling in on trucks.
Representing the junior class, we have Rachel Vanderwall and Kevin Serrato. And for your senior class, please welcome Klamath and Jacob Martin and Dimitra Guthrie. Our second couple, Kira Lerner and Talon Chancellor. Our third couple, Kenneth Reed and Luis Meza Bravo. Araya Miller and Denisa Jimenez. Who are pronounced homecoming king and queen are king. In first time in Klamath Union history, a tie between Jacob Martin and Luis Meza Bravo. And queen, Kenna Free. Congratulations to all those representatives of this year's homecoming court.
All right, there you have it. You have the homecoming court for Klamath Union. We are going to go ahead and take a quick timeout, and then when we return, we'll let Mark get the halftime stats in, and then we'll have a few highlights for you right here on TableRockSports.net. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Just enough time to put a coat on.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Discover the Crater Advantage at Crater Car Wash today. Scan the QR code and sign up for your free $18 wash. Crater Car Wash. Clean. Dry. Fast.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Luxurious Karastan flooring. The flooring you need to live beautifully. It's time to enjoy savings with style during the National Karastan Month Journey into Savings event. Get a free Karastep carpet cushion and capture the lowest prices of the season with every purchase. And ask about special zero-interest financing during National Karastan Month, exclusively at both Lippert's Carpet One locations, Medford and Grants Pass.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Okay, it's halftime, and let's take a look at some of the scoring from the first half. Challengers got on the board first on a 20-yard run by Bryson Walker. And here on the play, Walker in the backfield with Derek Farmer sets the tone early for the Challengers. He'll go ahead and take it. He doesn't need much of an opening, keeps his feet, and runs it in to give the Challengers a 7-0 lead. Unfortunately, we missed this touchdown, and that just had to do with, at first we thought they're going to get it called back on a penalty, but Scaglione ended up scoring, Caleb did, on a 60-yard punt return for a touchdown with 5:02 to go in the first. The extra point good by Fianaka to make it 14-0. And then just the last play of the first quarter, Farmer handing it off to Walker. Walker takes it to the edge, and he scores on an 8-yard run. The PAT ends up being blocked, and then that ends up making it a 20-0 ball game. Early in the second quarter, Bryson Walker ends up scoring on a 68-yard touchdown run. Takes the handoff, explodes through the middle, and then runs it up the right sideline. He's off to the races, scoring the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Derek Farmer to Mikey Covey, little jump pass, made the game 28-0. Next up, Derek Farmer ends up connecting on a nice pass play to Caleb Parker. Finds him out toward the right sideline. Gets behind the defense. Parker scores on the touchdown reception. And for Farmer, that was the first of 3 touchdown passes that he had in the first half. Then with 7:04, little swing pass, Farmer to Walker. Walker ends up running 89 yards for the touchdown. PAT good by Alex Fianaka to make it a 42-0 game. Then, a little bit of icing on the cake for the Challengers. Next play coming with 3:24 to go in the first half. Here, it's Farmer connecting with Caleb Scaglione. He'll drop back on the pass play, goes to the air, throws it on a string. Scaglione making a nice play to the ball, and he scores for the touchdown. The extra point try by Fianaka, good, and that gives you our halftime score of the Challengers 49 and the Pelicans nothing. We'll take a 1-minute break, and then Mark will be back with the halftime stats. And that's coming up right here on TableRockSports.net.
So I picked up some scores.
enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place. Close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbeys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
Here's a good-looking pizza, guaranteed to bring some smiles. And right now, it's on sale, so it's good for your wallet, too. This giant is loaded with toppings and can feed up to 6 people. Order at abbeys.com. Give us a call, or just drop by. Only at Abby's Legendary Pizza.
Here at halftime, Challengers lead 49-0. Some scores to pass along to you real quick. In the fourth, it's Grants Pass leading South Medford 27-7. Churchill has taken a lead against Crater 36-28. And in that game was actually Crater leading by a touchdown at one point. So Churchill with a pair of scores. Then Wilsonville leading North Medford 14-6 in the fourth. And now, here's Mark McLemore with the halftime stats.
Well, as you would kind of expect in this one, stats a little bit lopsided toward the Challengers. First for KU, in the first half they had 5 first downs. They ran the ball 7 times for -1 yards. That Challenger rushing defense very tough here in the first half. In the passing game so far, Johnson 11 for 32. He's thrown the ball 32 times in the first half. Pretty incredible. 11 for 32 for 140 yards. No touchdowns, though. They did have KU 40 yards in return. So total offense for the Pelicans, 179 yards in that first half. They did have 1 penalty for 5 yards. So pretty clean game from the penalty standpoint for them in the first half. For the Challengers, they had 7 first downs, 13 carries for 186 yards in the first half for Cascade Christian. And 6 for 13 was Derek Farmer for 213 yards passing. So total between passing and rushing, 399 yards of offense in that first half for the Challengers. Incredible, really. Almost 400 yards of offense in the first half. Return yards for Cascade Christian, 70 return yards, including that 60-yard punt return for a touchdown. So total offense for the Challengers, 469 yards in that first half. They did have 4 penalties for 40 yards, and Scaglione did have that 1 fumble that he recovered himself, luckily for Cascade Christian, to keep that play alive. Really only 1 drive for the Pelicans into Challenger territory, and the Challengers managed to stop them on 4th down in that drive, and that was the only time they really came close to scoring any points in this one. 49-0. We should have a running clock here for the second half, and it's just been a dominant performance for the Challengers.
The Medford Parks and Recreation Department invites you to the Rogue Credit Union Community Complex for open swim, drop-in sports, and sports leagues. And see the events taking place at RogueXMedford.com. Join the fun at RogueX. You're just moments away from the start of the second half. The Challengers in the driver's seat, leading 49-0. We will take a timeout, and we'll be back with more football here on TableRockSports.net.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
It takes meticulous planning, continuous monitoring, and forward thinking to deliver the perfect 3-egg omelet.
Yeah, the second half won't take long, though. It'll be running clock. No stopping.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This has been my profession for 30 plus years now. I really love my work. We try to source as many ingredients as we can, as local as possible, like local fruits and vegetables. We have a menu like you would find in any nice restaurant. We don't make it until you order it, so everything will be coming out fresh. We do have wonderful desserts here as well. Every day you have 5 or 6 options as far as the fresh dessert go. People are bringing their friends and family and wanting to show off what we have here to offer.
Come take a tour of Twin Creeks and meet our award-winning...
Fans, Road Credit Union is your partner in your financial journey and is proud to partner with Table Rock Sports each year to bring you coverage of your favorite teams. And thank you to Avista Utilities in Southern Oregon for over 15 years in support of our local sports coverage. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore, Dan Hartwell working on the camera. And we're getting ready. The teams have emerged from the locker room again. It's homecoming night. And then, of course, on a night where you have a lot of passing, it's one of those games that's going to take a while to work this game out. We're at 9 o'clock now, and usually this is about the time that we're about well into the third quarter. So, but here, second half, we'll have the running clock, as happens when you have a score like this, 40-point lead. So this will go by fairly quickly. Again, what I'm kind of expecting is that the Coach Gatman and his company, now what they have to think about, because a lot of people would say, well, why doesn't he just put them in right away? Well, they got a JV game coming up Monday.
Well, and there was probably a JV game this last Monday too. And remember, they can only play 5 quarters a week, so you got to keep track of everybody's quarters and make sure you don't get people over their quarter limit. So if there's guys that played 4 quarters in the JV game, they only got 1 quarter, so they can only play 1 quarter in this one.
It reminds me, because I'll tell you what will happen is I remember several years ago that Thurman Bell, when he was coaching at Roseburg, had a game where with his because Durka was his JV quarterback, and he got too many quarters in on the varsity. And anyway, that ended up costing them a victory.
Yeah, they forfeited a game. So you got to keep track of all that stuff. So definitely, once the game gets to the fourth quarter, you're going to see those guys.
Yes.
But in the third quarter, probably not a lot of them, unless they didn't play. Unless they only played a couple quarters in the JV game.
Right.
So, so that's where the rub sort of comes in is. You do have to keep track of those quarters for the kids and make sure you're doing that according to the rules. So that's why you don't see some of those JV players in the second quarter or the third quarter sometimes because it does make a difference the game they played that week and how many quarters they played in that game.
Oh my goodness! It's interesting. We got the filmers and the assistant coaches up on the roof and. If nobody had ever experienced an earthquake before.
Yes. Well, as everybody climbs up on the roof over our heads here, we're kind of in a press box right below the roof.
Yeah.
And there's a little entrance to the roof back of our press box. And as they're all climbing up onto the roof above us, it kind of feels like an earthquake as our whole press box shakes as that's going on up above us. But once they get settled in, that earthquake goes away, and we're feeling a little better. But
so no, Dan does not have the jitters.
Yeah, the camera's not moving because of anything we're doing.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right, they're going to kick it away. We're going to get this thing going here for the second half.
The football's so cold it doesn't want to sit on the tee.
No.
And it is a little chilly now here. Yes, and I think it's in the 40s.
Yeah. It feels colder. That's 46 I'm showing. And it feels colder than that.
It feels like 39 on mine.
I don't dispute that. That's for sure.
And little squib kick.
Yeah, that is taken by the Challengers.
That's Michael Covey.
And he's going to go ahead and run up the sideline, keeps his feet, and works in a Challenger territory. So there's going to be great field position for the Challengers as they open up play for the second half.
And give him about 25 yards on that kick return, and he was one of the up guys. So it puts the Challengers in really good field position at the Pelican 40.
And as a matter of fact, he's going to go ahead and come out with the offense. So you see some varsity guys who are mainly defensive guys like Rowan Erickson and Hutton Walker.
Yeah, and some different receivers are out on the field, it looks like.
So Challengers mixing it up. And it looks like we got Jacoby Gutman in at quarterback. So they'll go ahead and set everything up. 4-receiver set. And Gutman completes the pass to Scaglione. Scaglione will take it inside the 40-yard line up to about the 37.
So give him 6 yards on it. And that is Gutman out there throwing the football.
And if I'm not mistaken, we've talked about it, Mark, that I think there's Gutmans in Klamath Union. Of course, we've talked about John Gutman, the head coach, one of 16 kids. And
yeah, I think
now his oldest son quarterbacking the JV squad, serving as a backup.
And playing a little in this game right now.
Yep.
Derek Farmer over on the sideline. Imagine we'll still see him on defense, at least for a little bit here.
They'll hand the ball, but there, nothing doing as we see a sea of red converging on Covey.
Loses a couple yards there on
Caldera, part of that pile there for Klamath Union, wearing 51 in red. Caleb Parker in the lineup. He'll check in as a slot to the left side. Jacoby looking to the sideline, taking time. Getman rolling out to his left, throwing upfield. Pass looks like it's complete there. Kept him feet in. Hutton Walker with the catch. And it'll be a first down for Cascade Christian.
Yeah, about 13 yards on the pass play from nice throw out there by Getman. Good catch by Hutton Walker.
So now you'll run the clock here. 8:54. First and 10. Down at the 25 of the Pelicans. Looking like a slight bit of confusion. Caleb Scaglione coming in for a play. Caleb in motion. And they'll swing a pass out to Caleb Scaglione. He keeps his feet. Whoop! And he's inside the 20, refusing to go down as he gets down to about the 15.
And they're saying he didn't get the first down, but he did. 11 yards on the reception and another first down for the Challengers. And so far, Getman doing a good job of just getting the ball to the receivers in space and letting them do their work.
So an illustration of, indeed, that there is speed everywhere for the Challengers. Getman with Maben the center. And a little running play here. Covey eludes Coe. And we have a flag late on the play in the Challenger backfield. Now that happened out in space, so be curious to see what the officials have to say about this play. So a 5-yard face mask
on the Pelicans. Look like out there on Hutton Walker. grabbing his face mask was one of the defenders on the play as he was trying to block.
First and 10 at the 15 of
First
the
and
Pelicans.
5, I think, Jim, after the penalty.
That's right.
So, yeah, 1st and 5. Clock running, 7:09.
And now Caleb Scaglione will line up on a slot on the right side. Split wide right is Caleb Parker. And Getman going to fling it out there.
And he got some pressure on him that time. Threw it way sooner than he wanted to throw it. Had Hutton Walker on a slant, but just, he had way too much pressure. He had to get rid of the football way before he wanted to.
So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 for the Challengers. Down to the 15 of the Pelicans. Now the clock down to 6:32 in the 3rd.
And the Challengers taking their time, as they should here. Up by the margin they are.
3 receivers set. Getman hands it off.
It's
and
Michael Covey, I think. Yep.
So Michael Covey seeing some action offensively.
Gets 8 yards and picks up a Challenger 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2, I think.
Will be Covey in the backfield along with the quarterback Getman. 4 receivers set, twins on each side. 5:43 to go in the 3rd. And they'll hand it to Covey. Covey punches it in.
Nope, down to the 1.
All right, they get it stopped down at the 1.
Give him a yard.
So it'll make up a 2nd and goal.
And again, clock running, 5:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Second and goal.
Covey still in the backfield. Pelicans blitzing off the edge. Covey trying to reach in the...
So he's held up, and it'll bring up a 3rd and goal.
Pelicans trying to keep the Challengers out of the end zone here.
Darius Thompson making the play, and still a 3rd and goal for the Challengers. So we're seeing a little mix of reserves in along with the starters, but again, a lot of them are varsity reserves. Man in motion. Getman rolling out to his right, looking toward the end zone, looking in the direction of Caleb Parker. Pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
So are they going to kick a field goal? What are they going to do here?
Well,
looks like... Yeah, it looks like if Iannaca going over to get the tee.
All right. And Getman coming off the field.
And I get it. Let's try a field goal and practice some of this stuff, even though it's going to be pretty much an extra point.
Yeah. Well, he has 1 field goal to his credit, a 48-yarder against Hidden Valley.
This one much shorter. Looks like they're going to put it down at the 7, which makes it a 17-yard attempt.
I'm going to say at this distance, he'll end up kicking out into the street. Oh, a little bit of trouble there. So Scaglione going to take off, throws the ball, and he finds Seth Scaglione
for the touchdown.
Well, like I said, he scored about every way you can think of. So, show a little replay for you. Thought we were going to have a field goal try. And so you see the play there. A little bit of trouble with the snap. Scaglione rolls out to his left. Finds his cousin there in the end zone. There to make it 55-0. And the point after attempt is good. So it is 56-0. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with more football here on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you. Former athletes.
Parents.
Community members.
Anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes in stripes. People like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Alex Pianaka, he of the very busy right leg this evening, kicks that into the end zone. And the Pelicans will take over offensively with 1:45 left to go in the third. Clock running. Challengers now leading in the ball game 56-0. And the players taking the field. Reese Johnson getting the play from the sideline. Josh Overstreet, head coach for the Pelicans. I'll go ahead and go with trip receivers out to the left.
And it looks like we got most of the first team defensive guys in there. A few subs in there here and there.
Inside a minute to go in the third. Johnson swings the pass. Coe with the reception, but they're immediately making the play for the Challengers. Trying to tell if that's a 1 or 11.
That was 11. That was
Scaglione.
Scaglione making the play out there from his linebacker spot.
Putting on a little adrenaline after that touchdown catch. I really like this for Scaglione's reception numbers. 2 catches on the year, 2 touchdowns.
Not too bad. If you're gonna, he'd be good in your fantasy.
Yes, he would be.
If I could just get my receivers to make some touchdowns, I'd be doing a lot better.
Rams defense did me dirty last night. I thought they would end up picking on the 49ers, and didn't quite work that way.
Boy, I know. I was surprised with Jones. Mac Jones. I'm like, where is this the same Mac Jones?
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we hear the horn sound. That's going to end the third quarter of play. We will take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll be back with the fourth quarter. It is the Challengers leading the Pelicans 56-0 here on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground. where the West Coast plays.
Start of the fourth quarter. Pelicans with the football. Scoreboard says 3rd and 14. The sticks say otherwise.
Second. They say 2nd and 14. But
yes. And one of those.
I think it's 2nd.
And they'll go ahead and pass out in the flat. And they're making the reception. And quickly wrapped up for Klamath Union is Niko Kovacic.
And he lost about 3 yards on that play.
So they'll bring up we have a 3rd and long.
3rd and 17, according to the marker on the side of the field. I'm pretty sure that's correct, even though the scoreboard says it's 4th down.
Ball spotted at the 16. We got trips to the right for the Pelicans. Truano in the backfield, along with Johnson, the quarterback. Johnson looking long, overthrows his intended target. And we have a final to pass along to you. Wilsonville has defeated North Medford 17-6 in the 6A ranks. Now we have a 4th and 17. Clock running with 10:41 left to go in the ball game. And Safford coming in to kick.
Bryson Walker back to return.
Have a low kick, and it's going to end up to Hutton Walker. Hutton with the return, runs it right up the middle, finds an opening.
Touchdown.
Says whatever Big Brother can do, I can do too.
35 yards on the return. And just like that, the Challengers back on the board.
So you show you the return play, and Hutton's kind of like, look what I found.
Well, it bounced right up, and he's like, oh, I'll just grab that thing and take off with it.
There he goes. You get some good blocking in that whole mix there. See a nice block by Fianaka. And now, speaking of Fianaka, he's going to attempt the point after. I have to give that boy some ice after the game.
Yeah, for that foot.
Yeah. Kick is up. And it is good. And now it's a 63-0 ball game. We'll take a timeout and be right back here on TableRockSports.net.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Challengers getting ready to kick it away. Some scores to pass along to you. Lost River beating Culver 24-6. Lebanon over Bend 48-28. Ashland falling to North Bend 33-26. Henley, after last week, put a 47-0 licking on Hidden Valley tonight. North Eugene beating Roseburg 28-21. Eagle Point a 43-6 winner over South Eugene. And right now, last word we got here, I don't know whether this is a final or not, but Churchill beating Crater right now, 36-28.
Pelicans will start with the ball at the 20-yard line.
Pelicans with the ball at the 20-yard line. Grants pass a 21-7 winner over South Medford. Jesuit beating Lakeview 35-7. Central Catholic 42-7 over Clackamas. West Lynn put a beat down on Tigard 42-6. North Salem beating Sheldon 21-14. Willamette over West Salem 19-10. And Lake Oswego beating Tualatin 49-24.
That Churchill Crater game still 36-28 Churchill.
All right.
It seems to be the fun game of the night, I guess. Both teams scoring quite handily on each other in that one.
Putting up points. Let me see here. We got Tuano in the backfield along with Johnson. Split out wide to the right for the Pelicans. Wearing number 36, Moritz Gross. Actually, that's 38, and that would be Eli Hedrick.
And a quick pass out the flat to Selaskian for 4 yards on first down.
They'll pick up 4 on the play. That'll bring up a second down and 6. The Pelicans at their own 24-yard line. And now making his way out to the right side, Coe. Coe in motion. Quick handoff to Griffin Johnson.
Fumbled.
And it's fumbled.
And the Challengers got it.
So let me see here. Who ended up falling on it for the Challengers? And it looked like there might have been Jackson Freilich.
Yep, I think so.
Freilich, the sophomore, making a defensive play here.
And the Challengers trying to collect some offensive players here to get. Looks
Yes.
like Rowan Erickson going to head to his spot in the backfield.
And it looks like we got Channing Driscoll into the ball game from Cascade.
At a receiver spot.
And then also in, split wide to the left, Craig Merrihew. Seth Scaglione on his side as a slot. Freilich in as the inside slot. And Getman, and his pass caught by Freilich. So there's another Freilich in the history of Challenger football, making the catch there. We'll end up losing yardage on the play to bring up second down.
Yeah, his first varsity catch lost 3 yards. So I'm sure that won't be the end of the Freilich legacy here.
Yeah, but number 75 in the game. Don't see him on my roster. But we've got subs galore into the game for the Challengers. Freilich in motion. And he's going to try to take off and run with it. And ends up losing yardage on the play. And that'll end up bringing up third down. Let's see what this other roster might tell me in terms of Cascade players. So we got Merrihew split out wide to the left. Seth Scaglione on his side. Gatman will drop back and pass. Seth Scaglione,
That's a
touchdown Challengers.
28 yards on the touchdown pass. Somehow Seth Scaglione wide open down the field. No one near him. And a good job by Getman of picking out the right receiver to throw the football to.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if you've got the opening, you kind of have to take it, don't you?
Yeah, you kind of do.
So, challengers in to attempt the point after. Or are they going to go for... No, Marahue's going to try it.
Yep. Might as well have him do it.
He knocked one down in the Hidden Valley game. And again, it's the type of deal where, Marahue, sophomore, you never know if you got a situation where you're going to need him. So you got to have him ready. Here's the opportunity. Clock running with 3:10 left to go. Here's the kick. It is up.
And it just got over the... Oh.
Nope,
no,
it's just short.
Just short. I thought it went over, but it didn't.
So with 2:55 left to go in the ball game, that's going to stop play right there. And we will take a quick timeout and be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
The Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Whether it's game day or a family get-together, Sherm's has the quality products and prices that will make you cheer. Sherm's Thunderbird Market, Medford's original discount grocery store.
You want diverse venues? We got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
The Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Medford Superstore wants to buy your vehicle. So we'll beat any other dealer's offer to buy your vehicle by $500. And if we don't buy your vehicle, we'll fill up your gas tank. Only at Lithia Dodge.
Ruano with the return. Craig Marahue getting a chance to flex the leg a little bit here with the kickoff, and now the Pelicans.
Get good field position to start here. 2 minutes and 13 seconds clock running on their own 39.
Well, challengers come out defensively, see some reserves in the game. Looks like Joey Menard will get some time on defense. Austin Cook is in there as a defensive end. Rowan Erickson. I'll hand the ball off. Nothing doing there on first down.
Yeah, nice job by Austin Cook of getting in there and making a tackle from his defensive end spot.
Cook, Jr. We'll see him a lot on defense. He can also serve as a reserve running back. Of course, the running back room pretty full for the challengers.
Yes.
And we got a player down for Klamath Union. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout while they tend to him.
At Rogue Credit Union, we don't answer to shareholders. Instead, we return earnings back to our members. We know that we're stronger when we work together, and that's why we're invested here, living, giving, and supporting local. We're your friends and your neighbors. We know the needs of our communities. Being a part of Rogue means that our focus is on our members, and when you prosper, we prosper. See the credit union difference and how being a part of something smaller can have a bigger impact.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for over 50 years. Locally owned, family run, Bill's Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass.
Score for you, North Eugene defeating Roseburg 28-27. Still looking after the injured Pelican lineman. Thank you to Sherm's Thunderbird and Food for Less in Southern Oregon for over 30 years of sponsorship with Table Rock Sports. great community partners. If you shop at Sherm's, they will save you money. Pelican lineman looking like he's got a leg injury happening right there. We're going to go ahead and take another quick break, and then we'll be back.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Devin Weiser, the injured Pelican, being helped off the field. And we're right now at 1:44 left to go in the ball game. Looking like it might be some kind of knee, just not able to put any weight on that whatsoever. And now the ball at the 39-yard line.
Some kind of penalty called against KU. I think they must have been talking to the official, because I saw some discussion happening and all of a sudden a flag was thrown. I think it was an unsportsmanlike penalty against KU. That's going to take the ball back. And the clock's running, 1:40 here to go. I kind of just expect them to take a knee, but we'll see what they decide to do here.
Reese Johnson coming in from the sideline. Threw 32 passes in the first half. Not been quite as busy with the running clock here in the second half.
Yeah, only 4 here in the second half. That's the Challengers have had the ball a bit here in the second half, just by the way they had it to start the third quarter and they got it back again. And
Griffin Johnson trying to get something going here. And he ends up taking a loss here. And now we're inside a minute left to go. Ball now spotted at the 19-yard line. Challengers taking care of business here, and now will run their record to 6-0 on the season, and we'll get ready for Phoenix at home next week.
Yeah, 1-0 in league, of course, which is also important for the Challengers in their quest to get back to the state tournament.
Looking like the final play right here. And Johnson, nowhere to go. And that'll wind things down and put an end to the game. So the Cascade Christian Challengers run their record to 6-0. And they'll we'll take a timeout here, and we'll be back with our post-game report here on TableRockSports.net.
It's game time. And there's only one thing that makes it all possible. Refs.
We're looking for people like you, former athletes,
Parents,
community members,
anyone who can manage the game and stick with it.
But we need more heroes and stripes, people like you.
Join the team and keep sports alive.
Play ball.
Because no ref, no game.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Okay, welcome back to our halftime report. Challengers with the victory. We're going to go ahead and just kind of take it and starting out at the touchdown highlights from the third quarter. The Challengers looking like they're going to do a field goal try, and a very short one at that, but a high snap. And Caleb Scaglione, I think you call him, start calling him MacGyver, and just make something out of nothing here. He'll just end up rolling out to his left, finds his cousin Seth in the end zone, and the point after good to give the Challengers a 56-0 lead. Then, early in the fourth quarter, the Challengers we end up with Hutton Walker returning. Okay, yeah, that's right, because it was a punt by the Pelicans.
Yep.
Walker ends up taking it, running it right up the middle, and he ends up scoring. Point after good to make it 56-0. And then finally, the final score of the game. Get the young guys into the contest. Jacoby Getman now in at quarterback. And with a young receiver set, Seth Scaglione, slot receiver to the left side, gets the pass from Getman. He's all by himself. And that would end up giving us our final score of the Challengers 69 and the Pelicans nothing. We welcome back Lippert's Carpet One of Medford and Grants Pass, State Farm agent Rory Wold of Medford, and Crater Car Wash in the Rogue Valley. We thank you for partnering with Table Rock Sports again in 2025. 3 great additions to our sponsor roster. And I see the pencil there on fire for Mark McLemore as he just about got all the numbers totaled up. Fourth quarter score, 55 seconds left to go. Barn burner involving Churchill and Crater, 36-34. The Lancers lead in that ball game. And we're going to just double check.
It looked like Crater recovered an onside kick, too. So they still have a chance in that one, I think. Yeah, they've got the football.
Oh, my goodness.
Inside the Churchill 40 with 38 seconds to go now. Churchill leading by 2. So a barn burner over at Crater tonight.
Yeah, what a ball game.
So, meanwhile here, statistically, the Challengers dominated tonight. KU had 6 first downs for the game. Ran the ball 9 times for -4 yards. Passing, Johnson was 14 for 36 for 137 yards tonight. Threw the ball 36 times. KU 60 yards in returns. Total offense for the Pelicans 193 yards. They had 3 penalties for 25 yards, and they did lose 1 fumble tonight that the Challengers turned into a touchdown. And they also had 3 turnovers on downs tonight for KU as well. For the Challengers, they end the football game with 11 first downs. Rushing yards for the Challengers, 18 carries, 189 yards. Passing for both quarterbacks, 12 for 21 for 270 yards. So 459 yards between passing and rushing for the Challengers offensively. Add another 105 yards in returns, including 2 punt return touchdowns, 1 for 60, 1 for 35. And you get a total offense for the Challengers of 564 yards on the night. They also had 4 penalties for 40 yards, and they, they just played a phenomenal game. I mean, from end to end against a team that they really outmatched. And they did what they had to do, win their first league game, move on to next week against a Phoenix team that, well, I'm curious to see what that score is in that game.
Phoenix and North Valley,
Phoenix and North Valley, because that's tomorrow they play each other. And the winner of that game is going to be, looking at the second place spot in the conference, and the challengers will play Phoenix next week. So if Phoenix wins that game tomorrow and the challengers beat Phoenix, they'll be in the driver's seat to win the conference.
Well, that'll go ahead and wrap up things here from Pelican Field at Klamath Union High School. Your final score, the Cascade Christian Challengers 69 and the Klamath Union Pelicans nothing. Our executive producer for Table Rock Sports is Joe Brett. For my cameraman, Dan Hartwell, and for Mark McLemore, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you for joining us and have a great weekend.